What if we could go back and try one more time? What if we could change the past? Now, I can't undo the mistake that was going for piety, but I can move to exploration and see if that saves my game. Hey, Spuddies! Potato Big Whiskey here, and welcome back to Boat Poland, where we're going to try and save the game. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers. That's plenty. In Warsaw, I'm going to spend one turn building a galley before I switch to building the Colosseum, which has finished its temple. Probably wasn't ideal to build the temple. We need our happiness buildings. We're kind of okay for now, but we could make a lot of use of those happiness buildings. However, in this city, we need anything that gives us growth in production. That's the primary goal. So I'm going to be grabbing the watermill because that's +2 food and +1 production. In terms of citizen management, I'm going to be working these 2 pastors. This was the earliest autosave that I had. So we're going to try it one more time. This is my last attempt. If I fail here, Boat Poland has fallen. There's construction, so we can now get our Colosseums. That will help a lot with the happiness that we're experiencing, the happiness dip that we're experiencing. Krakow has grown. Perfect. We will continue to work the nice production tiles. We have cargo ships en route. We definitely want our Circus Maximus, but then I'm going to go straight for metal casting so that I can get my workshops. Wrocław has grown. Let's make sure we lock in nice strong growth tiles with good production. There's horseback riding, mostly for the Ducal Stable and the Circus Maximus. In Wrocław, I can't build the Ducal Stable yet because we don't have an improved copy of horses, but I will work on improving those horses. We did discover Tirana, amazingly. I really need the science now, so I'm going to get my libraries. We got a great rider in Warsaw. This is a 20%, or this is a 10% boost in our per turn versus 5 turns. I think I'm going to take the great work because the boost to our culture will be fantastic. Whew, go improve that. We'll go to the next turn. We almost have our cargo ship. We can start feeding the capital. Himeji Castle has been built. There's mathematics. We got a great profit in Warsaw. I'm going to establish a trade route with Warsaw. That's 8 food per turn, which will help grow the city incredibly quickly. I need to prioritize my libraries here, even over happiness. I'm going to found a religion. I'm going to call our religion Rewind Time this time. I'll take Salat again so that our capital is more useful. And I'm going to take synagogues to give us a production chance, a chance to be able to turn our faith into production. 15% production when building buildings is huge. It will really help make up for the fact that we'll struggle to get coal. Well, it's a slight change, but more or less the same. We lose Feed the World potentially here, depending on how things shake out. All right, let's get started on the Colosseum in the capital. We'll move our galley over here. This settler will get stolen by the Barb, which is what we wanted. And we got our library in this city. We're immediately going to get our Colosseum. No, we're going to get our Ducal Stable. We need that production. So hopefully the Barb captures that settler this time. Yep, there he goes. There's engineering. We already have our aqueducts. We can adopt a policy. I'm going to open exploration now. This will allow us to train conquistadors. I probably will go colonialism first and maybe settle one city over here to get a bit more value out of my empire. But that won't happen for a little while. All right, let's have a look here. It looks like we finished our library. We definitely want our Ducal Stable. We need that. That's worth 1, 2, 3, 4 production and 4 gold in this city, so that would be huge for us in the long term. We got our library in Łódź. Let's get the Ducal Stable. There's at least 2 pastures here, so that's worth 2 production. Wrocław does not yet have any fish, so there's no production coming from the lighthouse. I will quickly build us a circus because that'll give happiness and culture, and we'll begin chopping these forests that we have around our empire. All right, there's ironworking. We can purchase stuff with faith. I would prefer to purchase the culture from the Catholicism. Whoever has Catholicism and is spreading it to me, like, I'm super happy to take that one. Make sure that we improve this iron. We do need a source of iron in the long term. And the Ducal Stable should finish in these 2 cities now, giving us a big production boost. I need my Circus and Colosseum because we're struggling for happiness right now. So we'll get those happiness up. I would love to be building my National College, and I can't really afford to not build it. So that's what I'm going to get started with in here. It's worth so much science in Warsaw, especially a city that I'm going to be feeding with trade routes. Oh God, I need it to be strong. Angkor Wat has gone. There's metal casting. We have workshops. I will get the Colosseum first and then get the workshops. The happiness is kind of more important to me just at this moment, and then we're going to rush towards universities. Make sure you work these really good food tiles. Perfect. Keep the cities growing. You want to buy my iron? I would rather get a luxury off you. Warsaw has grown. We have no reason to change anything about the city though, making plenty of gold for us. In a perfect world, I'd be able to buy conquistadors to expand my empire, or at least be ready to expand once we grab colonialism. All right, Krakow will produce a circus. That's perfect. We have enough happiness to build our workshops now. And we should also have enough faith to buy cathedrals, which are worth 7 faith per turn, which is insane. Or 7 culture per turn, rather. I would rather have Catholicism than my own religion. I regret opening piety, but sometimes you have to live with your mistakes, said the guy who just reloaded the game to try and make a win out of this. I'll propose cultural heritage sites. We do have 1 wonder, so that's worth 3 culture to me. And it will prevent it will slow cultural victories, which helps me as well. All right, Chichen Itza has been unlocked. We've got civil service. We have the good stuff. Build a pasture right there. Build a mine right there. Improve that fish. We need it. Annoyed that this guy settled here. I could steal the cotton. 1, 2, 3. I could steal it. Oh, mutual open borders with Spain seems like a good move. Isabella is plotting against me. That's fine. Very little I can do about that. Next turn, my first workshop is finished. That'll be nice. And now this city has the kind of production that I need in order to produce a conquistador or 2. Łódź as well now has its workshop, so I'll start a conquistador in there. If I can get just a few extra little cities throughout the map, even though I'm tradition, I think it could help a lot. Purely just from the production standpoint. Having more cities means more production. We've got a great merchant in Warsaw. I'm going to go ahead and purchase myself a cathedral. That's 7 culture, 2 faith, 2 gold, which is amazing. We got a great merchant in the capital. Let's make friends with Colombo. I can steal a tech. I will steal... I should have stole education. I made that mistake again. I'll steal guilds. That's a useful one. Moving my builders around. The poor little scout over here is trapped. A friendly trade route was plundered. That was not mine, however. We can adopt a policy. I'm going to go for colonialism. So newly founded cities will have 2 extra population, a free worker, 6 additional claimed tiles, and 2 happiness. Now you have all of your happiness buildings, so you can make me a conquistador as well. We're probably going to dip into negative happiness, which is not ideal, but we can make it work. That's the important thing, is that as we do these things, we can pull it off, we can squeeze, we can eke out something. All right, fishing boats are coming online. I need to finish this national college before I start settling, however. That's the most important thing. So there's education. We can build our universities. We also have a great writer in Warsaw. I could pop this. It's not worth quite as much. Happiness-wise, I'm going to immediately start a Colosseum in Krakow, and I'm going to send this settler out. I want to settle the coffee, I think. If I settle the coffee, 1, 2, 3, I can also settle here-ish and claim a bunch of extra tiles. So that's what I will do. In terms of choosing research, I do think getting our harbors and observatories are going to be really useful. So we'll make our way towards that. Definitely require an amphitheater to make room for this great work of writing, but that is something we can hold off on. Now that we got a conquistador in Łódź, I'm going to go ahead and get my Colosseum because I'll need that happiness to stay afloat. Warsaw has grown, that's perfect. Krakow's about to finish its Colosseum. 1 more turn until we finish the National College. You're going to settle here. And cram as many cities as we can into this land. You finished your happiness building in Krakow. Keep growing. Get yourself another conquistador, and I think I can cram a conquistador here, here, and here. That would be 3 extra cities. Better if I was Liberty, but it is what it is. You dip into this territory and do a trade mission that will get us excess happiness. That's perfect. And then we'll give a gift of 500 gold. So that we're allies with Colombo and we have plenty of happiness to throw around. Wait 1 more turn before you settle. There's Compass. We now have access to the harbour and seaports. We also have a huge science buff from the National College in here, which is fantastic. I'm going to get started on the workshop in Warsaw because that's a huge amount of its production. I'm going to settle on the coffee and I'm going to settle here. Boom, that's 2 extra cities. Set these cities to production focus. Make sure they're working the good tiles. You work this, you work this, you work that, that's fine. We get the free workers. Let's immediately start improving the cattle. Immediately improve the horses. Wrocław built me a conquistador. Let's go get that cotton online. And then these are the last 2 conquistadors I think that I can justify. We shall see. My hope, my dream, my prayer is that building these cities actually pays off. Granaries first. We need to grow them. I need to build some trade routes. That will have to happen at some point. Warsaw has grown. Trade route was plundered. Coming in here, we got our Colosseum. Should I get 1 more conquistador? Yes, this will be my last conquistador. I'll settle 3... No, this will not be my last conquistador. I don't need another one. Instead, the faster I get to Treasure Fleet, the better my empire is. Like, in an insane way. So I think this is a phase of the game where I actually want to focus on building culture buildings once I have all my production up. Because if I can get there, magic starts to happen, particularly in my capital. That's why I really wish I hadn't opened piety. It was a mistake to open piety. Wood has grown. Sure, you're working those nice high food tiles. Awesome. Next turn, 2 more conquistadors will finish, which is fantastic. Cargo ship is renewed. I could send production to Warsaw. I think growth is the right play because the return from growth in this city is insane. We need to get on that cotton. Krakow has finished its last conquistador that it needs to finish. Let's focus on growth and production, but after amphitheaters. Once we have astronomy, I'm going to go for opera houses so that we can get the +2 culture from that. Woods, I need you to get me a cargo ship. Wrocław, I need you to get me a cargo ship. I need to feed my capital. Now he's going to try and settle this island. I hope I can beat him to it. Get a farm right there, get a nice pasture. Get this pasture online. Chop that beautiful forest so that we can get production. Just having that boat wait here. We have room for a great work. This is +2 culture per turn, which gets us closer to Explo. The Barbs captured that settler, as I had hoped. I'm going to choose Polynesia as host. I'm going to try to get an alliance with Polynesia. So eventually I will have enough resources to bribe him to go to war with him. I need to bribe the AI to be at war with each other so they don't think about being at war with me. If I can get Polynesia and Mysore to fight, that might leave me in a position to sim my way out of my problems. Let's chop that deer. It's going to help this city quite a bit. Give us 10 turns to prepare on the war with Amanator. City converted to Catholicism. These are honestly great events. We'll grab a cathedral over here. We will grab a cathedral over here. So that's an insane amount of culture. Really pumping culture now. We got the amphitheater in Krakow. What are the buildings that will give us production? It's the most important thing. Watermill gives production. The lighthouse gives +1 production eventually. The harbour will give us a lot of gold, but it's production and then science. That's the focus here. This worker, I'm going to build a mine here so that we have a high production tile. I'm going to chop this jungle or this forest here to boost Poznan slightly. Otherwise, I'm happy to end my turn. Then we're building a watermill. We got cargo ships on the way. That's really good. We're going to be able to feed the hell out of Warsaw. I would like Woods to get me another cargo ship because I have enough trade routes. Let's keep feeding Warsaw. Boom. And then you're also going to feed Warsaw. Boom. Warsaw now has incredible growth. Remember, population in the city only costs me half as much happiness. So that's why we want to force grow it so much. Coming into Wrocław, wish I could pronounce that city properly. We're going to grab our amphitheater. We need that culture. +2 culture is huge for us. Let's found this city. Boom. Skazin. First things first, get yourself a granary. We need you to grow. Set yourself to production focus. I'm going to build a gold mine right here. I have you just chilling because I don't have a use for you. People want to kill a Manator, which is kind of a interesting decision. I believe Wood has grown, and unfortunately we were out of good food tiles. Well, no, we actually have the fish here. So the nearest builder is you. Let's get you over there. We're a couple turns away from getting these cities settled. I'll found a city right here. You get started on the granary naturally. As Poznan has finished its granary, the workshop is a 10% production boost. That will really help get everything online in that city, so that's why we always go production first. All right, I think there is a chance that the Polish Phoenix rises here. We can steal the technology. I am going to steal chivalry. In Warsaw, we finished the workshop, which means we can put a worker into the workshop. I'm going to immediately get started on an artist guild. It'll take 6 turns, but more importantly, it'll give me another 6 culture per turn, getting us closer to maritime infrastructure, which we really need that +3 production in all our coastal cities. It'll also mean lighthouses, harbours and seaports get done faster. We also really want naval tradition. I would prefer to get naval tradition first, but I think I need that production. Gdansk has finished its granary. Let's immediately get started on the workshop. Warsaw has grown, Krakow has grown. I'll need to find a source of happiness, me when I'm alive. If you want my coffee, give me your incense. Boom, +2 happiness now. We can grow a little bit more. Let's see, Wrocław. You are working interesting tiles. We have a look in here. I definitely need to build my universities. I'm behind on science. We can get one started in here. I don't think I have anything else that I really need to build on an immediate basis. I mean, I guess a stoneworks would actually get me +1 happiness plus a little bit of production. I'm going to propose natural heritage sites too. It's just one of those ones that's fun. Nobody really hates it. Nobody really loves it. It's kind of neutral. Łódź got another cargo ship. I'm going to change the home city to Gdansk. No, I'll change this one to Poznan. I should be able to trade through Wrocław to Warsaw. Kill that unit. Boom. Might use this conquistador to grab those. Łódź finished a cargo ship. A lighthouse would get us +2 production from the fishing boats, so we will take that. Production is my resource of agency. It is the thing that allows me to do more things. And so therefore, any opportunity I have to get production, I will get production. Gdansk has grown. Make sure we work those food and production tiles, even if it's just flat land with farms on them. Spain declared war. I need luxuries for my gold. I'm sorry, I can't just trade them away for nothing. Let's kill this guy, and next turn we'll be able to recapture these. I'm going to grab maritime infrastructure. That's going to be 3 production in every single city. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 production across my whole empire. Our manufactured goods look so much better, 139. By no means is it good, but it looks better. Cargo ship, can you feed Warsaw? Thank you. We'll build a mine over here. The most important thing is that we grow Warsaw because that's where like the vast majority of my science comes from. But also in 3 social policies, we will hit treasure fleets and that will absolutely break the game for us. The only question is, can we make it to it? I'll build a little fishing boat over here because I'm building the lighthouse, which will get me food and production. 4 food, 1 production, 1 gold is really good. Wooch has finished. What were you building, Wooch? You built the lighthouse, that's right. Get me the university. You're building that fishing boat, choosing production in Wrocław. You went for the happiness building, universities, awesome. You still have a shot available. I will take this unit as a worker, take this unit as a worker, and then you step here. So I got 2 free workers out of that. I could have returned them, but I didn't want to. Jump in the water and improve that fish for me. That will actually justify a lighthouse in Wrocław first, before we get the university. Production, remember, production is my agentic resource. It is the resource that gives me agency. Agency is king. Polynesia just threatened me, which is unfortunate. Faith purchase cathedrals. Wrocław, get that university up now. Fishing boat going up over here, that's perfect. You have no orders. Chop that tile, perfect. You've improved the fish. Just start randomly improving, set you to production focus. Work that, that, and that, and then we'll settle this city, and then you'll work this, this, and this. This time we'll just go straight workshop in here. Yes, we are negative happiness, but that's okay. We can solve that in time. In particular, possibly trading with Polynesia. It does not need our gold. That's okay. What about Nubia? Nope. What about Sweden? Cocoa for gold. Perfect trade deal. Mysore, would you like gold for copper? Perfect. So we now have positive happiness. Barely positive. Give us 10 turns to prepare. Polynesia wants to declare war in Sweden. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm in. Give me 10 turns. A lot can happen in 10 turns. There's opera houses. That's +2 culture per turn. Those are going to be really great if we can get them. We did lose suzerainty of Colombo. That's fine. We can get 2 more artists into the Artist Guild. We'll start golden aging with that. I'm going to build the harbour in the capital so that I can justify building harbours in my other cities, as that will get me a huge amount of gold income from the internal trade routes. Wooch has grown. Where do we lock in? Sadly, the only real options we have are on production tiles, but that's okay. Skazen finished its granary. Go ahead and get me to work on a workshop. I want to unlock seaports, and the reason I want the seaports is because once we get naval tradition, seaports are worth a happiness and culture, and we also get a 50% production bonus towards them. So be able to build those up really quickly. So for my empire, they have a lot of value. I'm going to improve a pasture on this tile because it's a sheep, and I'm going to chop this tile because it has woods, and I want the production boost for Lublin to finish its workshop earlier. How are my demos looking? 146, looks like we're taking a 10% production penalty, which is painful. That will get better in time. Wooch has finished its university. Let's get to work on the harbour. That's going to be worth a lot of gold, which will allow us to purchase back Colombo, given a certain amount of time. I'm going to put this boat to sleep because I'm tired of giving it commands. Jump up here to improve this stone. That'll allow Wooch to get a stoneworks, which will allow it to get +1 happiness and production. Go improve that pasture right there. Pastures are good for my ducal stables. I want to improve that fish because I get a lot of value from fish. Once I have the stuff, you jump into the water and improve those fish as well. Clearing forests has created production for my cities. That's excellent. Yeah, sure. Let's get it started. I declared war on a Manator with Gustavus Adolphus, mostly to try to get him to be chill with me. That did cost me some luxuries, and I'm going to have to talk to Kame eventually to try to get some out of him. I would love to build a Sistine Chapel. It would be incredible if I could get the Sistine Chapel. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. I need happiness like crazy bad. Coffee for crab, which saves me 4 happiness. I got the workshop in Gdansk. Let's get the Colosseum. Colosseum. Need that happiness. In Krakow, +2 culture will eventually shave turns off my culture. There's 3 happiness per city locked up in naval tradition, which will be big for me. Let's grab our harbours now as well. Next turn, no, 2 turns from now, the harbour will finish in the capital, which will lead to serious returns on investment in terms of all the growth that we've pumped in here. All right, let's get this furs online. I don't know if we already have furs, but that'll be +4 happiness. We'll improve this fish over here as well because we want to have really improved tiles. I'll jump over to chop this forest for production for Poznan, and you're going to improve this fish as well because it'll eventually be really good. Oh, I don't have enough gold per turn. I'm wondering, could I get sugar for strategics? Yes. That'll take 4 happiness. What if I could get coral? Damn, okay. I just don't have enough money. It'll get easier the second we finish the harbor. That'll make a really big difference. Now, for some reason, Nubia has decided to come attack me, probably because I declared war on them. But, you know, that's just how it is. Let's hit the workshop in Baidaguts. Wooch has finished its harbour. I really need the market in here to get money. Gdansk might be in a bit of trouble. If I had Colombo still on my side, it wouldn't be so bad. Go ahead and put a farm right here. Keep it up. It's a little silly of them to go straight for me. Okay, yeah, they are pulling back. They recognize that they're in danger. Warsaw has grown. Baidaguts has grown. We got our harbours. City connections will be established next turn. I'll get my opera houses. You need to get your musicians guild because I need that great people generation. Chop, chop, chop. Yes, my empire is in a minor crisis right now, but given enough time, next turn, city connections will establish, this gold will go positive, we'll no longer be losing science, and we're a few turns away from getting a big boost to our happiness. I'm going to get my opera houses up. I need that culture. I got my Colosseum in Poznan. I'm going to get my circus as well. Okay, perfect. We're starting to see a turn. I don't know how I'm still up to only 167 production. I need so much more. We're turning a corner soon. That's how it feels to me. We're turning a corner. There's a great profit in Warsaw. We could enhance our religion, or we could just let our religion die because we actually technically have a better one. I'm going to say purchase cathedrals whenever you have the money. Well, first purchase a synagogue in the capital. That's a good one. You got your opera house. I need happiness, which means I need to be suzerain of Colombo. And so the best way to be suzerain of a city-state is to make a lot of gold. So I'm going to start building gold production buildings in Krakow. So I'll queue up the market. I will queue up the brewery, and I will queue up the caravanserai. Caravanserai produces 2 gold, the market produces 1 gold plus a 25% gold boost. The brewery produces 2 gold, and it also adds 2 gold to coffee, which the city is working, so that'll get the gold per turn up. All right, other people are getting their ideologies. Neuschwanstein has been built by another player. We do have seaports, however, and we're 2 turns away from getting naval tradition, which will allow us to pump a ton of happiness and culture and all that beautiful stuff. Coming into Gdansk, we built our Colosseum. We definitely want our aqueducts, but I'm going to prioritize the ducal stable. Warsaw continues to grow. It's actually a 22 pomp city, which is massive. Now, we could, in theory, push for archaeology if we wanted to hit museums and really push for treasure fleet culture, which I'm not entirely against, so I might push for archaeology. I think museums will make a huge difference to my empire, as will treasure fleets. I'm going to chop this tile because it has production on it. I don't have any tiles to improve around here, do I? Oh, I have a couple of hills that I can work on. I'll get a pasture over here in Lublin that'll enable a ducal stable. I'll also get this horses online. These islands are almost completely improved already, which is fantastic. It's what we like to see. And I have a galley chilling here to fight a Minotaur. Polynesia is plotting against me, which is really bad because I'm so far behind. So I need to give him a reason to go to war with somebody else. I don't think I can defend from that. So if he declares war on me, I'm super dead. Omega Giga dead. We got the opera house in Wrocław. I'm going to get the seaport for the happiness and culture. Coming into Poznan, we finished our circus, which is giving us lots of surplus happiness. We need our ducal stables for production. Wooch has grown. We have a worker, and the only available tile is a production tile, so I'm going to put you on science instead. Baidaguts has grown, and there is a free deer tile over here for us to put you on. Perfect. Keep improving these mines. I may as well enhance my religion. I'll take Hajj plus religious community. Will get me a little bit of production in the capital. My religion doesn't matter as much this game because I'm going to be adopting Catholicism. We got an artist in Warsaw. This time I'm going to pop him for a golden age. A 6-turn golden age here is huge for us. And we do have the culture now to get naval tradition. This should be 3 happiness and 3 culture for every city that we own over time. Right now, it isn't enabled because we haven't actually built all our seaports yet, but given some time, it will happen. My capital is the source of all of my science, so I'm going to grab my universities in there now. In Łódź, let's grab our seaports. We want that happiness, we want that culture, we want that power to be a naval domination. Okay, let's fully work your university since you've grown out of food tiles. Oh, actually, you do have a food tile down here. Perfect. All right, what do we got? Go get that fishing tile online. You improve that camp. You've already improved this tile. May as well go improve that desert over there. A round of workshops. Sorry, I've changed my mind. He's going to be disappointed that I don't declare war on Sweden. Skazen has grown. I probably should have taken that. I got my ducal stable in Poznan. What other buildings give us production in here? Well, growth is extremely valuable, so the aqueduct will be really useful. In Gdansk, we've also finished our ducal stable. In terms of productive resources, the lighthouse will give us production, but I do think the aqueduct has a huge amount of value. I have my workshop in Lublin. This city does not yet have a ducal stable option. I'm going to get the city granary because I think the granary is more valuable than the aqueduct early game. The aqueduct obviously scales a lot better than the granary, but the granary does have a lot of early value in a city's lifespan. I will get the fishing boat over here for Bitegods. I'll get a camp down here for Krakow. Perfect. My empire is chooching. What's our hammers looking like? Okay, hammers are a lot healthier. Now we're 4th for hammers, we're 3rd for crop yields, 3rd for land, we're bottom for soldiers. It'll take us a while before we ever get anything approaching the soldiers of other civs. Poznan, Gdansk, and Lublin have grown. Skazen finished its workshop. Get that ducal stable. We need that production. Bitegods, get me your ducal stable. We need that production. Always getting those productive things that improve the tiles that we're working. Cargo ship, I need you to be feeding Warsaw. Warsaw must grow. Warsaw's entire existence is to produce science for my empire until we have treasure fleets. Once we have treasure fleets, Warsaw becomes a powerhouse. I'm going to say we prefer to go it alone. I'm going to avoid doing friendships with people. Seems to just annoy the other AIs. We got our synagogue in Warsaw, which is fantastic. I think I can now set this to auto purchase cathedrals. Krakow got its caravansary. A couple of cities grew. Warsaw grew, that's fine. Bitegods grew. Let me see. Yeah, we'll work the pastures. We don't need to work this mine. We will work this fishing tile instead. Krakow, you got your caravansary like we were just saying. Let's get that seaport for the happiness and the culture. The happiness and the culture is big. We got our seaport in Łódź. Happiness from the stoneworks is fantastic, so we'll get that underway. The seaport in Wrocław has been completed. I will get the observatory so we can get science. Gdansk has finished the aqueduct. That's going to help a lot with growth. Let me look at what else I can do for growth. I do think the lighthouse will give us a much stronger growth tile here, and we will continue to work these growth tiles. We need biology, chemistry, I believe it is. No, it's fertilizer that will give unfertilized farm yields. All right, I think we're looking pretty okay. I mean, we're not in an amazing position. At the very least, we're in an interesting position. We did just get a writer. I'm going to pop him for culture. That'll get me a policy next turn. Warsaw. Let's make sure that we work that university that we just got. Then I want the seaport for the happiness and culture. Łódź, you got your stoneworks. Get me the observatory for that science. Poznan has its aqueduct. It's not really working any tiles that benefit from the lighthouse. We will build these eventually. I'm going to build my harbor for A, the happiness, B, the culture, and C, the gold from connecting the city to my empire's trade network. Lublin got its granary. It's still missing its aqueduct, which is key to its growth. It is also missing a lighthouse, which is also key to its growth and production, so we'll get that first. And we do have production bonuses towards those buildings, so it is good to get them online. Keep feeding Warsaw. I have 4 trade routes. All of them are feeding Warsaw. That's ideal. Warsaw already has its aqueduct, so I don't need to mess around with that. We're so close to archaeology, which will be big for the culture of my empire. And then we'll go straight for industrialization. Let's grab navigation schools. That's going to be +2 science in every coastal city, as well as a 10% combat strength boost for naval units. +2 science doesn't sound like much, but it really does help out, particularly in a wide empire like this. I got my observatory at Wrocław. I think the play now is to get my market, my mint. That's going to be at least +2 gold, plus another +2 on each copy of gold in this city. Do lock in those beautiful fishing tiles. And then I will grab the brewery because that's +2 gold, plus another 2 gold on the wine, and a caravansary for another +2 gold. So plenty of gold is going to be coming out of Wrocław soon. Gdansk has finished its lighthouse, increasing the value of its tiles. Now we want to start getting science in here. I'm going to grab the harbor first though, First of all for the happiness, second of all for the culture, and third of all for the gold from connecting it to my city's trade network. Gold is going to be important so that we can get suzerainty of certain city-states because they have a lot of military power that will buy us time in war. Sazin finished its ducal stable. Next up is the aqueduct. I would like to build the Circus Maximus, but I am a little bit busy. I'm going to get my watermill in Baidagods. Kind of shocked that city has a watermill tile. I'm going to take you off of this mine and plant you into the university because science is more important to me right now. Keep working on that deer tile. That's a fantastic tile. Otherwise, keep working along. Excellent. You have improved that. I'm going to start putting my workers to sleep inside my cities in where I think all the tiles are basically improved so that I don't have to micromanage them every single turn. My golden age has ended, which doesn't feel amazing. Poznan has finished its harbor. I think now is the time we get its science up. Yep. So let's start getting library and university. We got the seaport in Krakow. I will quickly grab my observatory for the science because I need to grow my science amount as much as I can. All tiles have been improved here. Wait, there is this fishing tile here that isn't improved. I need to build a mine right here too. This mine's about to be finished and that fishing tile is all improved. Perfect. Okay, we have entered into the medieval era. We have archaeology. This is going to be +2 culture in every city and a 10% culture boost in that city as well. So we should see a significant increase in our ability to earn culture. Also, we found a bunch of antiquity sites. Not that we care too much about the antiquity side of things. Lublin has grown. Work the atoll. That's perfectly reasonable. Warsaw has grown. Yeah, you only have the same tiles to work. Gdansk has grown. Take your worker and put it onto a productive tile like this. 1 food, 1 production is reasonable at this stage of the game, in my opinion. Get myself an aqueduct in here. Baidagods has grown. Yeah, we've run out of good tiles, so or like good food tiles. Take that. Łódź has grown. You got your observatory. Go ahead and get me the museum. It'll take 5 turns, but it will pay off. Baidagods does not have its aqueduct, so make sure you get that. Aqueducts does give you so much growth. Growth equals science. Growth equals everything. Growth feels like it's almost everything in Civ 5. But we're down. We're chilling. I will totally peace treaty you in Manitor. I don't need to be at war. My capital has finished its seaport. Well, we absolutely want the museum in here because a 10% boost to culture is actually quite big in the capital. So we'll get started on that. In Poznan, we finished the library. Let's get that university. A lot of science locked up in those. We got the harbor in here. Let's get the library as well. Science, 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 science. I'm going to build some forts here because they're outside of the city's 3 range, which means these tiles are only really useful as battle tiles. Honestly, the cathedrals, I think, helped me a lot here. I'm really, really excited to get treasure fleets. I think it'll make a huge difference. Oh, shoot, I have a spy. I wish the game would give you a little bit more alert that your spies are idle. I feel like it's just like a quick pop-up here that's very easy to miss if you're not paying like perfect 100% attention. And that just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. Spain lost its capital to Polynesia. Polynesia's gone crazy this game. There's banking. We got a great engineer in Warsaw. There's nothing we can really use him on. We got a great musician. I'll just create a great work with the great musician. With the engineer, I'll probably hammer out one of these buildings. The city converted to Catholicism, which means we can buy a cathedral in there for 7 culture per turn. Lublin has grown. What do you have to work? The workshop. Yeah, you've run out of tiles to work, sadly. I'll buy that fish tile. It's cheap enough. Yeah, work on the workshop is fine, honestly. Coming into Krakow, we got our observatory. Let's get the museum. Need that culture. Gdansk got its library. Now we're going to get a university. We need to pump up the science. Skazin got its aqueduct, which means growth has been locked in. However, we do need the happiness. So I'm going to grab myself a Colosseum. Also, I want the Circus Maximus. Warsaw has grown. Gdansk has grown. I think I've already sorted you out on that growth front. Little fishing boat over here. Looks good. Hanging on it because we happen to know that oil will spawn on some on this tile here and stuff. So it's worth considering that we do have a little bit of kind of like cheaty foreknowledge, I guess. All right, there's crossbowmen from machinery. Sazin has grown. Baidagods has grown. And yeah, keep working that good tile. You got your aqueduct, get me the Colosseum. We need that happiness. You got your aqueduct, get me the Colosseum, perfect. Plus the Circus Maximus is what it will lead to eventually. I will give a gift of 500 gold to Colombo. Who is their friend? Mysore. We will fight for you, don't you worry, but it'll just take a little while before I have enough gold to make a difference. Putting my workers to sleep in my cities because I don't have a whole lot that I can do with them. Yeah, I got 0 pointy sticks, which makes me look really vulnerable. We got the museum in Łódź. The big thing for me now is to get gold. So getting caravanseries and mints and stuff like that to bulk out our gold lanes be really good. We want to get our base gold up before we get our multipliers. Base gold is always better than multipliers, in my opinion. We need our museums. We want that good culture. Now, part of me kind of wishes that I was aesthetics. Then we would build museums twice as fast. We would get science from them, blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah. But we're building the museums for the culture, not for the actual other parts. So coming into Poznan, the biggest limiting factor of my civilization right now is science. So observatories. No, it's happiness, which means lighthouse. In terms of choosing host, I will choose Polynesia so that he likes me more. And then we will put a fortress over here. Always try to be friends with the strongest AI. And then try to get everyone else to declare war on the strongest AI. What if I gave you like 30 gold per turn? I guess he just doesn't want to do it. Cargo ship, please return to trading in Warsaw. Ideology has been adopted. Mysore, adopted order. I'm putting most of my workers to sleep, and now I don't have a whole lot of actions every turn. We will get some happiness soon. The Manitor denounced me. I don't care. Completely irrelevant to me. Don't give a damn. Great scientist has been born in Łódź. I'll send that down to Krakow to be in position to potentially get bulbed. In Poznan, we finished the lighthouse. I'm going to build the seaport because it has +1 happiness on it. We finished the Colosseum in Bydgoszcz. I'm going to build a lighthouse because A, it has production on it, and B, it has happiness on it. I really don't want wine to get banned, so I'm going to vote that down because I have access to wine, and I don't have infinite happiness to where I can just tank something like that. Okay, worker, great job. Go asleep. Kamehameha has denounced us, which is bad. We do have the printing press. That's going to give us access to the zoo, which is +2 happiness in every city. So we did just find a big chunk of happiness here. Plus, we just got treasure fleets, which is +1 food, +1 production, +1 gold from coast and ocean tiles. Boom. And now we have a capital. Now the capital city can actually do something, and even better, we have a dry dock, which is +5 production on that flat tile. Now the capital is actually useful, and this capital is going to go insane. I'm going to great engineer the ironworks just to get it in one turn because the production return on that is really high. Okay, Gdansk. Since this city is forward, I'm going to start building defenses in it. In Sazin, we built the Colosseum. Let's start getting our lighthouses in any cities that don't have them, because now we just have these incredible ocean tiles to work that will skyrocket my empire to new heights. I'm going to grab the harbor in here because we want the trading gold. I will grab the harbor in here because we want the trading gold. God, my empire now just looks insane. The level of gold, the level of production, it's all going to be amazing for us. Let's see, what if I discovered a technology? Somehow I have a ton of happiness. I'm happy to do embassies. I would like dyes. Okay, he was going to do a deal, but cocoa for gold sounds good. I could also get incenses off him. Another city converted, which means we can buy a cathedral. That's 7 culture per turn. Łódź has grown. Let's keep working these beautiful coastal tiles. Wrocław has grown as well, and the return on investment from these coastals are insane, so we will continue to work them. Gdansk finished its walls. I will build a castle. Warsaw got its ironworks. I'm going to build the Circus Maximus for the... Well, I don't need the happiness just yet, so I could get away with building the observatory for the 4 extra science per turn, which would help a lot. Or I could get the market. The city does generate a lot of gold, actually. Krakow finished its museum, which is fantastic. Let's grab our bank. We want as much gold as we can because gold is production. Say it with me. Gold is production. Gold is happiness because we can bribe these beautiful, beautiful city-states to be our friends. We've got a great artist, another golden age. Like if we give you 500 gold, boom, now you're my ally. Now we got tons of happiness. And we can golden age, boosh. Now we're looking. Now we're starting to look somewhere, okay? We're number 1 in approval, number 3 in land, 4 in manufactured goods. Okay, so we've doubled our hammers in like 10 turns. That's something. Do you know what I mean? Let's get the bank in Warsaw. We need that cash flow. Bydgoszcz has grown as well. Make sure we're working those coastal tiles. Golden ages for us now are incredibly valuable. We're good on happiness, so we can take some time to get our banks up. Coming into Skazin, this city's on the front line. I'm going to start building defensive buildings in it. Yes, sure, I gave up a few turns to the city's production, but it means that it doesn't get one shot. There's economics. We can get the windmill now. Windmill is going to be built in every single city basically immediately, unless it has 1 or 2 turns left on a thing, which is pretty much every city. So I'll queue it up in every single place. And the power of the windmill is that it's +2 production, an engineer slot, and a 10% production boost towards buildings. Really, really good building for simming. And simming is what we say when we are building buildings. It's literally a sim building. Sim stands for Sim City. Basically means when you're trying not to go to war or do anything like that. The AI is constantly trying to provoke wars, which I appreciate. I appreciate a little chaos in my games. Warsaw grew, Sazen grew. Yep, keep working these beautiful coastal tiles. I will take this guy off the workshop though. Baidagots has grown, work these beautiful coastal tiles. Lublin has grown. Make sure you're working those beautiful, beautiful coastal tiles because they're worth so much. Food, production, gold. Poznan has grown, and beautifully it has a bunch of really nice coastals it can work. The more coastals we work, the faster the city grows. The faster the city grows, the more science, production, gold, everything we get. Right, Warsaw. What do we want to build in Warsaw? I think I'll get the observatory for the science. That's what I need more than anything else. Cargo ship to Warsaw is ideal. We want to keep... We need Warsaw to grow to like unfathomable heights. I mean, the city's making 90 production per turn, 100 gold, 100 science. Warsaw grew, Krakow grew. Krakow is working these weird production tiles. I suppose what we'll do is we'll start working the ocean nearby. Łódź has grown. Keep it up. Wrocław has grown. Keep growing. Just growing, growing, growing. Every single city grows as often as inhumanly possible. We need as many pops. Every single pop we can earn is more science, it's more production, it's more gold, it's more everything. We got a great musician in Warsaw. I will create a great work for the +2 culture per turn. We got an observatory. I think I will grab the Circus Maximus. There's 5 happiness locked up in that. Łódź finished the windmill. I'm going to get started on a zoo. No, I'm going to build a garden, and I should really, if I'm going to build a garden, I should work the great scientist points. I don't know, maybe I should work the coastal tiles. Maybe they're better. I don't know, it's hard to tell. We got the windmill in Baidagots, so we'll grab those seaports. We build them faster, we get more from them. Cargo ship at Warsaw. I'm going to give a gift of 1,000 gold to Tirana so that we're in control of it. And then in Gdansk, I will buy a cargo ship to feed Warsaw even more. So he's going to be mad that I got control of Tirana. But this time we hit industrialization with Tirana under our control, which should mean factories will follow very quickly. Poznan has grown, worked those water tiles. Then we've also got Sazen has grown. You've got so many water tiles, so much growth potential here. Łódź built its garden. Łódź is an old city, which I think means it deserves a factory. We definitely want public schools. That's a huge science increase. Some people are in the modern era, and mostly our goal is to try to fly under the radar to see what we can pull off. I'm going to send food to Warsaw from Gdansk. Gets us up to even more growth in the capital. Like, look at this huge overflow. We grow, and then boom. Basically, instantly, the city should be like 1 or 2 turns from growth again. Yeah, 2 turns away. Like, the level of growth overflow in Warsaw is insane. Lublin grew again. Boom, boom, boom. Now, we can pick... We have a few options here with regards to social policies. Taking liberty and going to republic would give us a significant production boost across our empire. Alternatively, getting organized religion would give us the ability to get a lot of faith. That faith would allow us to buy great admirals. Great admirals could make our capital even more productive, even more useful when we place down dry docks. So if we were to grab organized religion, +1 faith from shrines and temples, it makes shrines and temples a lot more valuable. That's +2 faith, +2 culture per city. It's like having an extra monument, plus an extra shrine, or rather, yeah, it goes from like 3 faith per city to 5 faith per city, which is a pretty significant increase. The other option is to start opening honor for the inevitable war that we're going to have to fight to try to win the game. Honor does have some sim benefits. There's 3 production in here, 3 culture, 3 gold, and then some benefits to courthouses for happiness. You have garrison culture. There's a decent amount of culture in honor, 5 culture per city, and also the culture from fighting. Alternatively, we could go for rationalism, and the real benefit of rationalism is this ability and this ability. It would allow us to build public schools and research labs 50% faster. There's also patronage, opening patronage, and then taking 1-2 on patronage here. This would allow us to trade with city-states. This would allow us to get science from city-states. I do believe there's a lot of value in going liberty here, namely in representation, reducing the cost of my cultural policies, Meritocracy, giving me a lot more gold from city connections. And if you consider I'm getting 109 gold from that, that's a lot of gold. And the 5% happiness reduction, and considering how much growth I'm doing, +1 production, 5% production. There's also honor finisher, which is just 10% global food, which is insane when I already have a huge food benefit. The other option is, I think maybe if we could push secularism to get the +2 science from every specialist, that could be interesting. Humanism is really good for a 2-drop. It's a nice production boost, and also 20% faster great scientist is good. So I'm going to open rationalism, hoping that the science is worth it. And then I'm going to grab some population and shove them into my universities to make sure that I'm earning them. You're going to build a garden so that you can get that garden, those pops faster. Then coming into Wrocław, I'm not working my unis in here, so I will start by pulling some pops to plug in there. This is a border city, so I'm going to build some walls in here. I don't like the idea of my border cities being vulnerable. Łódź has grown. That means work more of these beautiful coastal tiles. Bydgoszcz has grown again. Keep working the beautiful coastal tiles. My spy was killed. Feels bad, man. We got our windmill in Lublin. So we're looking at great productivity. Althing would have been nice, although there's not enough tundra in the city to really justify it, in my opinion. Let's get our libraries. Circus Maximus in Warsaw, I'm going to grab my factory. And in Wrocław, I'm going to grab a factory as well. Poznan has finished its windmill, which will give it more production towards buildings. I needed to get the observatory. I need science more than anything right now. I will totally vote up World's Fair. I think I can get a pretty good boost from World's Fair. Nothing too crazy, but I think I can do well. I have two options. I can either go for it or ignore it. Somebody else built a CN tower. Oof. There's architecture. So we can go for our hermitage now, with a lot of culture in the capital. Capital has grown. Krakow grew as well. Make sure you keep working those water tiles. I think getting the free social policy would be really nice. So cities that aren't making factories will contribute to the World's Fair. I need my ideology soon though, so I will not stop producing the factories as we continue to churn through pops. I'm probably going to fight for control of Andorra as well next, because it's another militaristic city-state, so it'll feed me units for free, which is a great way to get free production, basically, which will help me fight any wars. So let me give them a gift of 1,000 gold, stealing suzerainty of them, getting me their happiness. I have lost suzerainty of Colombo, but we'll be able to yoink that back very soon. Oh yeah, these guys are trying to kill each other, which is great for me. God, Sweden has 13,000 gold. Jesus H. Christ. We finished the factory in Warsaw. Let's queue up workers into the factory. We'll put some production into the World's Fair. Another factory finishes next turn. You have grown, you have grown, you have grown. My cities are growing like crazy. I think always voting for Polynesia to keep Polynesia on my side is the play. Polynesia ever flips on me is going to be a bad day. And I mean, really bad day. We do have public schools, however, we are investing in the World's Fair. It'd be kind of cool if we could get it, actually. We finished a factory in here. Let's do World's Fair. We're going to choose some research. Anything that's one turn, I will quickly grab, because it's important to finish up your one-turn technologies. Because eventually, the limiting factor of the tech tree is how quickly can you actually one turn every tech. There's steel giving us access to our armories. Getting electricity would get me stock exchanges. Stock exchanges would get me a massive amount of gold. I am going to invest into Colombo. I would prefer to invest 1,000 gold next turn, so maybe I'll wait. We should get our ideology though. It's going to be exciting. Oh wow, I won the World's Fair. Well that's something. So if we have a little think about which ideology we want to go with, right? If we go with order, okay? 20% more great people. Local happiness is just great. Faster military combat experience. Now, the other option is we go auto. If we want to try to win through domination, going autocracy is the play here, for sure. If we want to try to win through diplomacy, i.e. flying under the radar, order is the play here. Those internal trade routes at Iron Curtain are insane. Freedom is the tradition ideology, okay? Specialists consume less food, specialists consume less happiness, extra long golden ages, specialists yield production and gold. That is very much so a thing that synergizes with my build, but freedom is not particularly good at war is the problem. And the only route to victory I see here, like it's amazing for my sim, but it's not good for war. And the only real route to victory here is science, as in getting enough science to go to war, which makes me think autocracy, it's hard, it's difficult. Order would help me out. Order would help me out by allowing me to fly under the radar. I could grab party leadership, 2 food, 2 gold, 1 production plus 1 science per city. I could grab socialist realism for local happiness, Young pioneers would give us a lot of local happiness. Happiness from observatories, public schools. Like there's a lot of happiness in here, and our internals would go crazy eventually. So I think because I'm on 9 cities, I think order gets me out of my problems. But rather than using my free social policy on order, well, I should probably do that, right? In particular, getting socialist realism, because that's so much local happiness. All right, let's get the public school up. Łódź, get your public school, perfect. Wrocław, get your public school. Poznan, get your monument. That's 2 happiness and 2 culture. 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 Big culture push here for us now. We also got another great scientist. I could bulb, but we want to hold off on bulbing until we have research labs. If we can hold off on bulbing until we have research labs, we might have a chance. My capital is going to go ahead and get the national epic now. That'll be 25% extra great people. It's very delayed. I could grab party leadership or young pioneers if I really want the happiness. This is worth at least 1 happiness in every city. I'm going to take it. I need the happiness because I'm growing like crazy. Poznan, get me the public school. Gdansk, get me the public schools. Coming into Skazen, you do not have your windmills. Bydgoszcz, I need my science buildings. Lublin, you have grown. Bydgoszcz has grown. Make sure we're working as many of these juicy sea tiles as we can. 360 gold per turn is incredible. Everyone's gonna like me because I adopted the same ideology. I need people to not declare war on me so that I can sim. I'm gonna give 1,000 gold to Colombo so we can hold that suzerainty. Poznan has grown, perfect. Yep, work that tile. Now I'm going to start telling you to work the universities. Gdansk has grown. Make sure you work your university as well. We need the science, but we also need the great scientist production, the generation of great scientists. Library in Lublin. Next up is the university. Bydgoszcz got its windmill. I will quickly grab a castle here because it's an edge city. Bydgoszcz needs to get its university as well. Perfect. Science is coming online. I have a scientist sitting here ready to bulb. 2,000 science in the bank. Wrocław has grown. Let me pop in here. Let me cook. What do we need? Happiness. We need an insane, insatiable amount of happiness. Łódź, similar. Happiness required. Andorra, I'm going to give you 1,000 gold gift because I need to be your suzerain in order to get free units from you. It's how I get unit production without having to actually dedicate turns of my empire towards unit production. And I can sim my way out of this problem. All right, universities are online. We also have stock exchanges, so we'll be able to get a lot more gold. Warsaw has grown. Perfect. Let's get the stock exchange in there. That's so much gold. We got the castle in Skazen. It would be nice to have a garrison unit. Get me the harbour, I need that. That's a happiness and culture building. Bydgoszcz, get me your public school. Lublin, get me your public school. Choose city research. What are we looking at here? If we go for broadcast towers, we could go crazy on the culture. It's +2 culture plus an extra 15% on top of that. I'll see if I can get away with this. Okay, he's denouncing me. Mysore has denounced me, which is annoying. But if I get control of Colchis as well, I have enough gold to where I can fight for Colchis. And then we'll have a lot of city-states gifting us military units. Great writer has been born in Warsaw. Great artist has been born. Amazing. Immediately, I'm going to bulb you. Well, no, I'm going to wait until the golden age ends because I believe extending is worse than just bulbing. I'm going to wait with this great writer. Construction, public school has been built. We could build a hydro plant, but I don't want to use the aluminum for it. I really want that stock exchange. There's so much money locked up in it. In addition, in Łódź, we have the zoo. Let's get the stock exchange. We want that gold. More gold we have, the more we can throw our rate around with city-states. Coming into Poznan, we have all our science buildings. The next thing that I would really like, well, we're missing the observatory actually. Gdansk, we're missing the observatory, so let's get that. I can promote a unit. More knights, that's great. Remember, these are free units that I'll be able to throw into the flames should I get war declared on me. And that is a big part of my game plan, is to make use of free units while I try to steam hard using simming to try to stay alive. We got a great engineer in Warsaw. Nothing I can really justify building. I'm going to move you over here to a safe place. Get me walls in the capital. We can spy steal. Biology spy steal complete. What's our level 2? +2 production in every city. Workers' faculties is insane for our capital, but I think 5-year plan, that production is huge, especially considering demographics is where I'm lagging. So I need that productivity. I'm going to move my spy to Sweden, even though they got killed there before. Need to make sure I'm working the public school specialists to generate scientists as fast as possible. Get me the library, all that sciencey stuff. You've built your defenses. My agents go where they please. You literally can't stop me, my sword. Don't even try. Don't start with me, okay? All right, great merchant board in Warsaw. Let's pop into Colchis. I'm going to go ahead and give them a gift of 1,000 gold. I'm now allies with them. They will start to produce military units for me. Warsaw has grown. We're working almost all the tiles. Ooh, we want to make sure we work the stock exchange and the public school, mostly for great people generation. Buy the guts. Public schools have been completed in here. I don't think the city is... well, actually, the city is ready to work the specialists. We're up to 600 science per turn, which is a big deal. Get me the observatory. We need that science. Warsaw is a hungry city. 36 population in here is insane. I will grab myself a hospital for the +5 food in there. Skazen will grab me the university. We need science. Science is everything. Remember, we want to get to world ideology order. I'm okay with that. I'll vote both of these up by 5. I can stay in order, you know? I can chill in order. Let's get another cargo ship. 2,571 culture with this great writer. One more turn. There's another 6 turns of Golden Age. Perfect. 7 turns remaining. Remember, the Golden Age gives you 20% production and 20% culture. Manhattan Project has passed. There's radio. We have broadcast towers. We're in the modern era. We got a great musician. We will just quickly create a great work. And, oh, apparently I can't build a broadcast tower here. I don't have the opera house. Right. I don't like this. Can I get you to declare war on someone to keep you busy? What about 300 gold? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for refrigeration so that we can build submarines to defend our cities. Walls, anyone? Preemptive defensive buildings? Build a little Gatling gun to protect Warsaw? I don't like this. These units hovering around the edge of my territory. It makes me feel vulnerable. I'll put a turn into a castle so I feel a little bit better defended. I'll put a turn into a castle, giving the city extra health and combat strength. It won't make a huge difference, but it will buy us time when the time comes. Definitely should be pumping up my culture. 2,500. You jump in here, make friends with Colombo. Okay, I got these guys on my side. Cyrene is another militaristic city-state. I'll give them 1,000 gold. Idea being that they give me free units that make me look a little bit scarier. Keep the AI off my back. That's the goal. And now I think we're in a position where I'm going to write a political treatise here. I mean, honestly, Hero of the People would be amazing, but I also love the idea of party leadership. Hero of the People is so good, though. But I'm going to take party leadership because of the sim benefits. Looking at where we stand, like from a demo's point of view, now we're 4th in hammers. But I can wage a war with 500 hammers per turn. You know, maybe not against Polynesia, but against someone. Consider the average is 644. I got big food. I got decent population. I'm bad on literacy, okay? Fair. And I'm bad on soldiers. But I'm doing okay across a whole bunch of other dimensions. And so I think going Explo was like the way that I should have gone. All right, I want to thank you guys very much for watching, though. We're going to explore what happens next in the next episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!